You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, a storyline that I don't think is getting a hell of a lot of play and really should. It was getting a lot of play a couple of 3 weeks ago, but then the Steelers, you know, they knocked out some wins and things kind of quieted down a little bit. And then, well, the Steelers lost to the Browns, and it was a bad loss, a really bad loss. And, of course, now the subject of Mike Tomlin's job security is starting to come back to the forefront of the conversation. John Harbaugh, too. It's kind of the battle of two coaches that may or may not be back, which I think the Mike Tomlin one is the one that's more likely of the two, to be honest with you, because at least with Harbaugh, and I talked about this the other day, there's a lot more 11 and 12 win seasons in the last few years than there has been for Mike Tomlin. All right? A little bit more playoff success. No Super Bowls. But you get my point, right? It doesn't look as bad as the 8-8s and 9-8s that have been happening over and over and over again. And then if you do make the playoffs, you're immediately out. You're immediately out. And it also does not help that your former Hall of Fame quarterback that literally played under you for the second time in maybe a month is once again calling things into question involving Mike Tomlin. And I'm talking about Ben Roethlisberger. But before we get into that, this is hilarious, and I want everybody to see it. Mike Tomlin, in true Mike Tomlin fashion, was asked about Shedeur Sanders. He shut this shit down in true we do not care fashion. I mean, this was good. I saw this and was like, oh, yeah, I'm putting this in a video. Let's.
Shedeur last in the spring, and sort of how have you seen him develop in the last couple of?
It does not matter. He's not a Pittsburgh Steeler. He plays for the Cleveland Browns. I'll let the Cleveland Browns talk about his evaluation.
That's funny. That's funny to just come out and say, it does not matter. How do you think Shedeur did, Mike Tomlin? Why did the media ask him that anyway? Man, the fucking me. I said it. I've been trying to not to drop the F-bombs, and it just rolled right. I mean, he is a Cleveland Brown. Why are you asking Mike Tomlin about the performance of Shedeur Sanders? That's for Kevin Stefanski. It does not matter. That's really good. That's the kind of stuff we like from Mike Tomlin. By the way, for the record, Mike Tomlin is not getting fired. He's not going to get fired. If anything, they'll do a mutually parting of the ways kind of situation, right? So, let's just come over here, right here, and check on Ben Roethlisberger, because he's questioning Mike Tomlin coaching decisions now after this loss. And again, this doesn't look good when your old quarterback who played for you, who should be extremely loyal to you, is questioning your decisions. Let's go right here. Despite having the chance to clinch the AFC North with a win or tie, the Pittsburgh Steelers just could not get the job done against the Browns. It was an ugly game, really, from both sides. They had a chance with 4 straight shots at the end zone inside the 10-yard line. Yet, throughout the day, the Steelers just weren't able to convert. Throughout the loss, the Steelers were plagued by a combination of questionable coaching decisions and just poor execution. Some of those coaching decisions were very puzzling to former Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. In a live stream for his footballing show during the game, Roethlisberger questioned the Steelers' decision to run 3 straight times before punting in the fourth quarter. Quote, I'm frustrated with that. I understand sometimes running the ball on third down is fine, but your quarterback is a Hall of Famer. I'm not taking the ball out of his hands. Guys, with you, I don't understand that one, Roethlisberger said. I don't understand that call either, so I don't know what to tell you. Down by 4 points with just over 7 minutes left, the Steelers got the ball at their own 43. And the drive did start well with a 7-yard run with Jaylen Warren. On the next play, Warren ran right to the right and was stopped for a yard loss. Then on 3rd and 4, Gainwell ran around the right side. He had absolutely no blocking and was stopped for a loss. That was an ugly, ugly play. Now, it goes on to talk about the fact that DK Metcalf really has jacked this whole thing up. With his actions, honestly, the Steelers didn't have that many weapons to throw to begin with. But you've got nobody the defense has got to worry about when you throw them the ball. Down 4, halfway through the fourth quarter, being forced to punt on a drive in which your Hall of Fame quarterback doesn't even throw the ball stings. That wasn't Roethlisberger's only qualm either. Late in the game, the Steelers elected to keep the offense on the field for 4th and 10. At the 20, Roethlisberger would have decided to punt there instead. I said during my reaction to this game the other day, it drove me nuts that they did not punt the ball right there. Why are you choosing to go for it? I mean, honestly, why are you going for it from the 20-yard line? You had all 3 timeouts. Punt the ball. The Browns in the second half didn't do dick on offense. I didn't understand that. Quote, I don't understand that really. Neither did Roethlisberger, I guess. I don't understand that really. I know they're saying, okay, if we hold them, they get a field goal, we can still win, Roethlisberger said, for walking off his set. I don't know that I would have went for it there. I don't know what the thought process was there. I'm not really sure. Don't worry, Ben. Nobody knows what the bleep the process was there. I'm yelling at my TV. Punt the freaking ball. What are you doing? This just feels like that the Steelers aren't making the playoffs, doesn't it? It just kind of feels that way. Like that's where we're headed. And they'll get DK Metcalf back for the playoffs if they can make it. I don't know if Calvin Austin will be back or not. So, Shedeur went on with the Pat McAfee show. He was asked about Tomlin and Harbaugh's futures. Quote, they will have a big say, Shedeur said, for both Tomlin and Harbaugh's future. One of them may go in there and say, it's been a great run. Might be time to go try something else. Whether that's TV or another job somewhere else, like those things are possible. They're within the realm of possibility for a wide range of outcomes after week 18. So Shedeur, came out Monday and said it. One of those two coaches could choose to move on their own. And we talked about that's very likely what could happen with Mike Tomlin is the fact that there could be a mutual parting of the ways. And one reason that would happen would be what, guys? Well, everybody knows the Giants would like to have Mike Tomlin. That's not been a secret. And especially now that Marcus Freeman is off the market and going back to Notre Dame. Now, does that affect the Steelers doing a parting of the ways or wanting to move on? Yes. Yes, I heard it today. Because Marcus Freeman would have been the Steelers' number 1 pick to have replaced Mike Tomlin. I heard that today. Where the hell did I hear that? Hell, I don't know. I've heard from about 4 insiders today. Maybe Albert Breer on with Rich Eisen? Shit, I can't remember for sure. Maybe that's where I heard it. But Marcus Freeman would have been the guy the Steelers would have went and got. And now he's not there. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.